What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sekia. I talk about fitness, nutrition, and everything in between. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please subscribe and like this video. I'm not gonna lie, that instant cold brew Trader Joe's coffee that you saw me make just now is one of those items where it's cool, it's okay, but I wouldn't repurchase it. As you saw, I mixed my cold brew coffee with some Premier Protein vanilla flavor. To give you a little foreshadowing, this video will be focusing on protein consumption as well as how to build muscle specifically for your glute muscles, because today is Monday. I typically do legs on Monday with a slight emphasis on glutes. I get a lot of questions about, you know, I want a bigger butt, like how do I grow my glutes? I want a smaller waist, blah blah blah. Those are very common misconceptions when it comes to the fitness industry, especially with women. I don't know if like the internet is just flooded with a bunch of like Brazilian butt lifts or something, but there's like this obsession of like having like this balloon ass, and it's really unhealthy. Honestly, what it comes down to is genetics. Like, you picked the wrong parents. If you don't have a big butt now, you're not gonna just magically get your butt 2-3 times the size from exercises and eating right. Typically, you're gonna have to go through some type of cosmetic or surgical procedure to obtain this huge butt that you so desperately want, which is just for what? Like, it's not the end of the world. I do want to address it in a way of how I try to grow muscle around my glutes. Of course, we want a nice butt, right? Like, we want our butt to look nice in jeans, skirts, maxi dresses. So the main two things we're going to be talking about in this video to address building muscle around your glute area is progressive overload and protein consumption. I will be doing a leg workout today in my home. During that portion of the video is where I will discuss progressive overload more in detail. That paired with protein consumption is very important in muscle growth in general. So that's what you can look forward to today. Now for breakfast, this isn't just my breakfast. Like, y'all know I'm not somebody to just be drinking shakes. I need a full meal. But I had oatmeal for breakfast, and I've shown that on my channel like probably at least 1 million times. Also, last week's video was breakfast meal prep ideas, or just breakfast meals that you can make on the go. I will just link that video up for you to click on later if you need some breakfast ideas. But I will put up on the screen right now what I had for breakfast. 400 calories. It has 26 grams of protein. Oatmeal itself doesn't have a lot of protein in it, which is why I add a little bit of protein to my coffee in the morning. Protein is the only way you're gonna build muscle, honestly. Like, you have to be working the muscle and then you have to feed the muscle. If you're doing a bunch of glute exercises, but then you're going out and you're not really tracking your protein, you don't have to track it to the T, but you need to make sure that you're eating. Your body needs a lot of things to grow muscle, but the 3 main things I like to keep in mind throughout the day is it needs water, it needs resistance, and it needs protein. If you don't have those 3 things down consistently, like, you're wasting your time. You know, I don't pressure anyone or encourage anybody to like track your food, because I know that can be stressful, it can be annoying, and it can also be time consuming. Keep a mental note throughout the day, like, have I had enough water today? Like, have I ate? It's 2 o'clock. Have I ate a couple of meals with some protein? When am I going to work out today? Have I worked out 4 times this week? My goal for today is to get 100 grams of protein. Have a busy day today. I work my regular full-time job. I get off at 1:30ish. I have a quick break to work out, and then I'm going to my second job, a place that's near and dear to my heart, Orange Theory Fitness. I don't think I've made that announcement yet on YouTube, but I am now an Orange Theory fitness coach part-time. So that means that I have to strategically eat, I have to strategically plan when I'm going to have my protein, because of course you don't want to have like 100 grams of protein in one sitting. You want to spread that out throughout the day. That is how you make the most of building muscle. All right, so stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time I'm stuffing my face. All right, guys, welcome back to my kitchen. It is time for lunch. It's 12 o'clock. I wanted to actually eat at 11:30, but I kind of got busy at work, but better late than never. All right, so for lunch, very small, very quick, I'm just making a barbecue pulled chicken sandwich. So I have a bun in the oven with some provolone cheese melting, and then I have some pulled chicken that I already made. I just literally put the chicken in a crock pot and season it with some spices, cut it up real nice. I'm going to be using Trader Joe's organic barbecue sauce. Any barbecue sauce is fine. These are the buns from Trader Joe's, just regular old hamburger buns. And I need a vegetable because I haven't had any vegetables today, so spinach it is. So the reason why I like to eat, you know, every 3 to 4 hours and not like tailor into like 5-6 hours without eating is because your body responds better when you break your protein up and spread it out throughout the day. So if you have like 5 to 6 meals in it with protein in it, your muscles will respond better. I don't want to get too technical, like this isn't a biology blog. The more protein you eat throughout the day and spread it out throughout the day evenly, the better your body will respond to it. And yes, that does include your glutes. Alright, and here's what I'm eating for lunch. A part of me wants some french fries, but I gotta save my carbs for later, you know? Can't eat all your carbs during lunch because then it's like dinner comes. I don't want a salad, so. Alright, so let me check my Fitness Pal so I can see where I'm at for the day on protein. Hamburger bun, chicken breast, provolone cheese, barbecue sauce. I did not add the spinach in there. That's probably, like that amount of spinach is probably literally just 1 calorie. So sometimes I don't add it. So far we're at 62 grams of protein. That's pretty darn good for my second meal of the day. I'm definitely on track for hitting my 100 grams of protein today because I'm definitely probably only going to eat 2 more times a snack before I go to Orange Theory and then dinner when I get home. So I'm really happy about that. That's why it's always great to get your protein started early. Alright guys, it's workout time. I'm in my home gym. I do have a video of me and my boyfriend putting this home gym together. Just letting you know that because I'm not going over all that today. So I'm not really tired, but I do want a little pick-me-up, so I'm not going to have any pre-workout. But I will be using some pump, which I've also showed on my vlogs several times. And I'll also be using some creatine. In a nutshell, pump helps with blood flow, right? Because when you're working out and you're like doing a bicep curl, you want to feel that muscle working, right? Creatine takes it to the next level. It makes you go harder. It's naturally produced in the body. It just improves overall athletic performance. Nothing dramatic, nothing drastic. It's not steroids, all right? So I just mix these two together and I'm gonna drink this and we're gonna get started on this lower body workout. So I'm gonna show you what you need. You can do all of this from home. You don't need a fancy gym. Alright, so for this workout, of course you need some dumbbells. Since we're working lower body, you need some heavy dumbbells. 8 to 10 pounds are more suitable for upper body workouts. For this lower body workout, like 12 to 15 pounds is like literally the lightest you should be using. I'm sorry, but like your butt is not going to grow if you're using small weights. It's just a fact. Alright, so I have a bench here that I'm going to use to do hip thrusts. If you do not have a bench, you can use a regular dining room chair. You can use a cookout foldable chair. You could even use your bed. Just something that you're able to lay your back and your shoulders on for hip thrusts. And then I have 2 35-pound plates here that I'm going to use to do lunges on, deficit lunges on. If you do not have weights, you can use a book. If you do not have a book, then you need to go read a book. And lastly, you just need a resistance band, small one that is closed and can wrap around your thighs. I'm not about to do a bunch of cardio today because I am teaching at Orange Theory tonight. Like I said, that's a lot of walking around. I'm getting tons of steps in already. Remember, cardio and strength training are 2 different things, all right? Cardio is for burning fat, burning calories. Strength training is for building muscle, lean muscle mass, and getting stronger, right? Don't try to combine the 2 or compare the 2. They're 2 completely different physical activities for the body. All right, so I'm just gonna do 5 minutes on the elliptical to get my blood flowing, get warmed up. You don't wanna go right into weightlifting. You could really injure yourself and just not perform the workouts properly. I do write out my workouts in my notes app. So so I'm just not standing around thinking what to do. 4 supersets today. We're gonna start with the first superset, deficit lunges, 8 on each leg, and I'm gonna do hip thrusts on the bench or chair that I showed you, a total of 15. If I was using a really heavy weight, such as the barbell and stuff, I would be doing probably 6 or 8 reps on that hip thrust. But since I'm trying to make this home friendly, beginner friendly for y'all, we're just gonna use a dumbbell and we're gonna increase that rep count. All right, so let's get to it. So for the second superset, we have good mornings and suitcase squats. This is working hamstrings, quads, and glutes. And a little bit of core, because suitcase squats require a little bit of balance as you hold the weight so you don't tilt over. I'm sweating now. Okay, so for the third superset, we have deficit sumo squats and resistance band kickbacks. Beginning of the video, I talked about progressive overload. Progressive overload is exactly what it sounds like. Progressively adding on weight as you get stronger, as you lift weights. So for example, today I did suitcase squats at 25 pounds, right? The next time I do this workout, let's try 30 pounds, all right? And then 35, then 40. Your muscles need a reason to grow, right? They need a reason to tear and break down and then grow, okay? So that's where the building muscle comes from, right? Like, so you're not gonna get bulky. Like, people think, oh, I don't wanna get bulky if I lift heavy. That's not what's gonna happen. You're gonna get sculpted. Your progressive overload also doesn't have to be dramatic. For example, like, I'm using mini bands today instead of like weights for everything. This is medium resistance, this is heavy resistance. So like, let's say you're doing hip thrusts with just a resistance band. Use the medium resistance, and then in 2 weeks, try the heavy resistance band, right? Like, that's all it is. It's just training harder than the last time that you did it. Those little changes are going to make a difference in your fitness journey, no matter what your goals are. So let's get through this. We have curtsey lunges and fire hydrants. I'm only doing 2 rounds of these, and then after that, we're gonna have the glute finisher, all right? And then we're done with this workout. It's a pretty quick workout, depending on your rest. Alright guys, we have reached the finale, finisher. I'm doing 50 bridges on the ground with my medium resistance mini band, and this workout is over. Took about 40 minutes. Probably would have took less time if I didn't have to stop and talk to record. Remember, I also did that 5-minute warm-up. So this workout really only takes 30 minutes and is very effective. I burned 192 calories. I'm going to meet you guys back in the kitchen for a post-workout snack. Yeah, so I'm actually running a little bit behind. Well, not behind. I just like to be OD early. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm like super prompt. So I have some yogurt here. I don't really like yogurt. I actually don't. But this is my boyfriend's. It has 15 grams of protein, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, low fat, all that jazz. And I'm also going to have some pretzels filled with peanut butter. So let me get my phone and see where I am for the day. So with the yogurt and the pretzels, I am at 83 grams of protein. Definitely gonna surpass my goal. It's a good Monday. All right, now let's talk about calories really quickly. I'm actually pretty low on calories today. The 3 meals that I've showed you so far, 1,067 calories. I try to eat anywhere between 1,700 to 1,900 calories. So I'm actually due for a 5th meal. However, I'm very busy today. Like, I'm not gonna be able to eat while I'm coaching. This is one of those things where it's helpful to have prepared food. And again, that's why I said it's very important to space out your food to give yourself enough time. Like when dinner comes, I'm not gonna have 800 calories of food in dinner. First of all, like I'm gonna be ready for bed. I don't like having big meals before bed because it fucks with your digestion. I'm in a caloric deficit, so that's great. But when you're trying to build muscle, especially me, like right now, like I'm focusing on getting stronger, building muscle, you know, trying to get some more booty gains. You want to be in a small deficit or like maintaining. And I have a whole video about that as well. I have videos about everything. On my way to the studio, if you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, come check me out. And I'll see y'all for dinner. All right, job number 2. How you got 2 jobs and you still broke? It's a miracle for you. We have reached the final meal of the day. Yesterday for Sunday, I made us some spaghetti. And of course, when you make spaghetti, you have tons left over. And it's always better on the second day. All right, so this is a pretty standard recipe. So I didn't feel like I needed to show you guys step by step. But I will link the recipe and the ingredients and the instructions I use in the description box below if you're curious on how I made it. I like this recipe because it's a 1-pot recipe. I use my Dutch oven. So I ground the ground beef, seasoned it, added some vegetables, onions, carrots, spinach, added some tomato sauce, some water, boiled the noodles in there, and it was done. Topped it with some cheese. All right, so for this meal, I hit 30 grams of protein, which is pretty good. And my total protein consumption for today was 114. So I surpassed my goal of 100, not bad. Also, total calories was 1,600. Looking at my Apple Watch, I burned about 2,030 calories. I'm not trying to be in a deficit so large because again, I'm trying to build muscle. So when you're in a large deficit, not only are you going to burn fat, but you're also going to lose a little bit of muscle mass as well. So, you know, maybe tomorrow I'll hit that 1,900 range, but overall it was a pretty good day for protein consumption. So 2 things I want you to take away from today's video, especially if you're trying to grow glutes, build muscle, whatever, even lose weight, right? Protein consumption. Hit a goal, plan out your meals, spread your protein throughout the day. 100 grams is a decent number for most women. Also, progressive overload. Like I explained during my workout, make sure that whatever weight you're lifting this week, try to increase it just a little bit next week. It doesn't have to be dramatic. 5 pounds is a progression. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you like what you see, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification button so you don't miss any videos in the future. And I will see you guys next time.